So I'm a senior practitioner for a mental health contract provided by a non-charitable organisation. I'm subcontracted by the NHS. The impact of easing the lockdown on mental health for people within the local community is going to have a huge positive reflection in the sense of business, the economy, for those that have been isolated. It's going to support them a hell of a lot. They've been restricted to their own devices, to their own time, their own space, unable to communicate, share experiences, explore, and access community services. It's all had to be done within their own home. They've been restricted on shopping, so their daily essentials haven't been able to be fulfilled, and their daily needs, as well as social inclusion. So coming out of the lockdown, people are going to have a whole sense of freedom, independence. Community spirit is going to be thriving again within a different capacity to what it did before lockdown. And those of us are going to be able to access, other kinds of support now that we weren't able to provide during lockdown, such as drop-in services. You've got hospital appointments, dental appointments, all of these normal day-to-day things we may have taken for advantage. People are now going to be able to regain some sense of normality in activities, groups, sports, fitness, that industry as well. That's going to be huge. Spas, gyms, yoga, all of these different physical activities where people have had to facilitate such in their own home, they now have the opportunity of group support. I think there's going to be the mental health impact that's happened. I would imagine is going to take some time to go back to normal. People's confidence, their social skills, certain activities and groups, their confidence in those groups as well, are all going to be elements that we have to take into consideration. People wouldn't feel so comfortable going into a social group or activity or bar, restaurant, club, without a fear of, possibly the virus, but also due to their mental health. They may have lacked confidence, they may have lost some self-esteem, and that in itself is going to restrict people from being able to live the lives they were previously. Hold faith, just know that things are going back, things will get easier. We now have a vaccine available which has been administered across the UK and worldwide to a very high degree. The safety of those individuals are now able to access community, given by the guidelines of the community of the government, gives a lot of reassurance. Hospitality and other sectors are going to start opening again, which is going to provide more jobs. And those that have been on furlough are able to regain some sense of normality and structure. So all I can say is, use this time that you have now to really focus on you and your values and your own well-being. Recognize where you want to get to, what opportunities might arise, positive mindfulness, practice, reconnect with yourself, take up a sport, take up an activity, take up something to do with fitness, running, skipping, boxing, push-ups, calisthenics, whatever it may be, take it up, practice. Maslow's hierarchy of needs, if you can at least capture one sector of there and balance them out, then you're going to be in a much better place. But yeah, utilize this time to really enjoy that peace and quiet as such. Relish yourself in nature's natural elements. Listen to the sounds around you. And eventually things will go back to a new normal.